Download the app from the App and Play Store.
Very special guest into the studio today, Amit Sadh. Welcome to Sunrise. How are you?
And very old friend.
Yes, it has been a while.
Yes, my first interview in the UK. My first radio interview in the UK.
Oh, that was for Sultan.
Yes.
When you came here, I remember that very clearly, actually. I was just confused as to how long ago this was.
True.
So I first interviewed Amit when he was here doing promotions for Sultan. That was 2016, 2017.
Yeah, 100 years back.
Yeah, 100 years back. Yeah, it was. And we are now seeing you fast forward to July 2023. Tell me, what brings you to London?
Well, I'm happy to be here, first of all, seeing you and being here in the studio with you. So thank you. London is a good stop. I think it's one of the vibrant cities in the world. And it's like a nice stop before you go back to India. So it's just, I was passing by and I had a couple of more weeks. So yeah, just meet some friends.
How nice.
Meet Anushka.
Yay! I'm glad I came into that little stop of yours saying that we have to stop by at Sunrise. So Amit, tell me, let's go back. Let's take you way back. I feel like I watch a lot of your interviews. I see a lot of your work. You've gone from strength to strength, and I feel like you've kind of seen it all, because I know you've mentioned in your previous interviews that you've run away from home, you've worked as a security guard, you've been homeless. But can you share a little bit more about that particular part of your journey with us?
Yeah, to be honest, I have shared most of it. And what I'd like to share with you and through you, your listeners, because I have so much pride, and I have this thing that at any given point I hate victimizing myself. But then a very dear friend of mine enlightened me by saying, so you know what, you are very, very enriched. You have a very, very powerful story. We know you're not victimizing yourself. Go and share it with the world.
Yes, absolutely.
So but the way I present it forward is that I am so blessed to have such a beautiful journey. Without this experience, this path, I wouldn't have reached where I am today, mentally, physically, emotionally, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I mean, people know, that I had a tough start and did all the jobs. And then if you see it in hindsight, millions and millions of people in the world are going through some kind of hardship, and what makes me evaluate or look back at my story, at my life with positivity is just this understanding that everybody is going through something, and what I'm proud of and grateful for is that it's also the understanding that there's a life we are stuck in and there's a life we can make, and that's something I like talking about, that find all these things happen.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? And I've just been answering that. And in some way or the other, I think there'll be crisis in your life.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in the movies and in the radio.
Yeah.
Every 2 hours, every third day, every 10th day.
Something is
happening. And you take it as a challenge.
Yes, you do. Absolutely.
And I feel very blessed. I feel very thankful for the journey that I've had till now. And I'm looking forward to what lies ahead now.
Yes, that is the way you look forward, absolutely. Now, let's talk about, I think, possibly one of your most special movies, Guy Boche, your first movie. Just talk to me about, when you look back at it now, of course, with Sushant Singh Rajput no longer here, unfortunately, but how would you describe that whole entire experience today?
I mean, there's a big but and an if in it now, because it's very unfortunate that, it's like 33% of Guy Boche is no more. So it's not Guy Boche anymore, And, but yes, it was a great start for me because I was really in the, when you're in the theater, and you're in the, the entry points of the theatre, when you're in the arches, waiting for your call. So I've been in the arches for long, and that really tested me. And Kai Poche was like that call. Okay, you can come on the stage.
Yeah.
So it was life-changing. And the love I got, the confidence I got from myself, watching myself, seeing me do, okay, I can act. So yes, I mean, Kai Poche was always special, and now it is still special, but now there's like a dent because of Shashank not being there. So yeah, it's a feeling or emotion I still haven't come up. Like I've not. Generally, I work my way around into everything. This will take some more time, I guess.
Yeah. It's a little healing process, right?
Yeah, this one is. It's like a different. I always take up questions on this, and then I stammer, and then I don't get. Generally, I'm very fluent with my thought and my answers.
Yeah, I mean, this is why, I wasn't sure if I should be asking you, something about Sushant.
And I know you asked me.
Yeah,
and I find that very respectful, and you are, because I know you. You are very ethical and nice. But
thank you.
I feel the only way we can rejoice him, we can miss him, or we can, keep him alive, is through talking about him.
Yeah.
Or talking about the memories with him. So why not?
Yeah, for
Cheers
sure.
to that.
It is 1:31 on Sunrise. Back in conversation with the absolute lovely Amit Sadh. Amit, look, we've been talking.
I don't know. Our conversations off the red light just continue.
I was just going to say, can we talk about this? Because I honestly, living in 2023, I don't know how you do it. Although I feel like it's a really good thing that how you disconnect. Can you just tell our lovely listeners the fact that you have no apps on your phone, like no Instagram? What you have WhatsApp, right?
Okay, so
how does life work with you?
So first of all, there are few rules. First 3 hours of the day, no phone.
How? But how?
Because it's very simple. When you put yourself as priority, your soul, it's a very easy step. When I wake up in the morning, I want to thank God. I want to thank the universe. And I want to just listen to my body, give it like 20, 30 minutes, If you go on the phone as soon as you wake up, you've shut your soul.
That's what I do every morning, and the rest of the world.
So I've tried. So in life, everything is trial and error. Right? You try, you like something, it benefits you, you do it.
Yeah.
The only thing is our consciousness is becoming low. Even things don't benefit us, we are chasing them. We just need a little bit of willpower. I don't carry my phone on the film set. I hate it when other actors are Instagramming and Facebooking, and while you're doing reading, I hate it. But I'm just I just put my head down and just hope that they'll put their phone down.
Do they then eventually when they see you?
I can make very, very, very ugly faces. Yeah. Angry, not ugly, sorry, but angry faces. But and on a filming day, I don't carry my phone because on that day I've been paid to do a job. I have accepted a role. I'm in a character. That character doesn't need a phone unless and until there's a scene of me answering a call. Just these basics, basically. Living in the forest.
Yeah, you're quite the forest person, aren't you? Like
we all are. We all are from the the Garden of Eden.
We are. But
we just had that apple.
You particularly.
We bit the apple. If you see the logo of Apple, does it make sense?
It does. It makes a lot of sense now that you're putting it into perspective today. You really are. You're giving me a lot of life lessons.
I just feel it's so important for us to reconnect. With where we come from, reconnect with the forest, the trees, the soil, the breeze, the wind, the moving water, insects, sounds. I just read this very powerful book called The Overstory, where there's an amazing writer called Richard Powers, where he talks about the connection of every tree, every plant with humans. And how we can get back in understanding the natural way of life and understand how our greed and our going further away from reality is affecting the whole consciousness of the world, and how it's already been proven by scientists that trees can listen, they can hear us, they also can see color. So when a human being stands in front of a plant or a tree, they can feel you. They know it's you. They can hear you. How powerful is that? So the book it's a big fat book. I think everyone should read it. I've spent a lot practically. I've spent a lot of time in the mountains. I finish a movie. Everyone knows. My fans knows. My family knows. My friends knows. I go back to the mountains. There's another beautiful thing I do. I'd like to share with you. I have a beautiful affair with some trees. So there are few trees in India. A couple of trees actually in Hyde Park. A couple of them in Sequoia in the US. More in India, more in Himachal and Kumaon because I've been raised there. Where I've been hugging them, having a conversation with them, physical, man to man or man to tree, for last 40 years. I'm 44.
Wow.
So from the age of 4, I started doing that. I still go to those trees once a year or once in 2 years, hug them, tell them thank you, I'm doing well, thank you for your energy, thank you for being here, give me your strength, teach me your strength. There are a couple of friends who've mocked it. I don't care. It's powerful. In short, if you can reconnect with nature, you will reconnect with your nature. Only then you will find, that balance.
And this is what we were discussing. It's good to disconnect to reconnect.
Exactly. To find yourself, to find your balance. Look, I'm not saying don't live life.
Yeah.
I live in the most, I would say traumatic, but it's challenging being an artist, making movies, running a radio channel. It's the business aspect of it, the growth aspect of it. But where is all this going to come from? All this is going to come from you. And if you are shallow, if you are just like running from one end to the other, you'll just be making money or making sound and noise, but you will not be able to impact. So I think it's our duty to ourselves first to impact ourselves. And then through your art, through your words, through your radio channel, through what you want to do, you can impact the world. But if you are hollow, you're just noise.
So, Amit, you've had quite a busy few years in terms of work. You've had Yara, Avrod, Shakuntala Devi, Breathe. How has all of that been for you, considering the fact that you're quite the person who likes to disconnect straight away from after you've completed a subject or a project, rather?
Yeah, that's the one thing that I've designed. I like designing my life. I like designing things in the manner that makes me happy, grow, and help me to connect. That's why we make movies, right? So that we can connect with the audience. We can uplift them while we uplift ourselves. So yeah, I think till now I've been able to... I think there's a method to the madness and madness to the method. In short, that's the best answer I can give you. But Breathe did take 7 years of my life.
Oh, 7 years?
Yeah, I started working on it in 2000. It released in 2018. I started working on in 2017, and in 2016, straight after Sultan, I was signed.
Oh, I didn't realize it took so long.
Yes, and so 2016 to 2022, last year, 3 seasons. So that's how much?
Yeah.
6, 7, about 7 years, 6, 7 years.
Wow.
6 years.
Oh gosh, that's a long
time. So
time.
I've been in that character, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's been tough for me. Because I wanted that character to look a certain way. I didn't want him to look like a... can I share something really very deep, like something that I've not shared and I've been wanting to, and I feel like saying this. This fascination, especially in India, to look pretty. Everything should look pretty. Men, women, actors, and we don't focus. We do not emphasize on characterization. We do not at the extent that we should. And when I got Breathe, I said, I'm going to make him real. To a point, to a risk where people might say that, why is he like this? But then cops don't sleep for days. Indian cops, Maharashtrian cops, they eat vada pav at 4 o'clock in the morning. They don't have 6 packs.
Correct.
They don't have this 3 times a month facial and 3 lasers every 6 months to look and glow. They're not. That can be a Bollywood movie or that can be a fictional character, but in real not. So I took the risk, and I remember halfway season one of the executives coming and saying that you're not looking handsome. I said, well, this is not a role of a handsome cop. It's a role of an alcoholic cop. They don't look handsome, but they do what they do, what my character does. And then that character became a rage. In 2, of course, I had a body, but then again, I didn't have a model body. So I went through a lot. I'm very grateful to the audience, to be honest, that they accepted and they applauded me for taking this risk of, being the way I created this physicality.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I went through a lot. Like, I wanted him to be bloated. I wanted him to be thick. I wanted him to be this brooding person. It did affect my personal life.
Did it?
Yeah, like it does, with that weight. My body doesn't take 90 kgs and above well,
Oh, God.
But you know what? In a heartbeat, I'll do it again. Because
it's so raw, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I did something. I made I made a painting. And what I'm proud of, that I made it without fear. I didn't make it to make the industry or people say, oh, he's looking very good. Well, it's not about making me looking good.
Yeah.
It's about this character. So what I'm proud of, that's my growth. And I'd love to share with you because, I just feel that, there's this bond
of course.
between us that I just feel proud that I could take this stand as an actor, as an artist, and say, you know what? No, let these voices be away. I will be truthful to this character, and I'm grateful to the audience and all the critiques, and everyone applauded me like, wow.
Yeah.
Other than a few section of people were saying, you're such a good-looking man. Why you became like this? I said, well, I am not the character.
Yeah.
I wanted this character to not have anything of Amit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so this is the thing, but then it is exhausting. I make it exhausting.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, it's not easy. Like, I think there's a lot of hard work behind the scenes that goes into it. And obviously, as viewers, we see the end product. And it's only at a time like this where I'm speaking to you on a one-to-one, I actually understand, the toughness behind it. But it is 1:48 on Sunrise. So, Amit, I'm getting a lot of messages. I feel like a lot of our listeners are really connecting to you at the moment.
I'm so grateful. I'm
so grateful for you to be here in the studio. Touch upon and tell me about this whole wellness thing, because I know off air you were telling me that you've done a water fast. Did you say you were blindfolded? For how long have you done that for?
Yeah, not in the bedroom.
This is a family show.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I'm a family man too.
Yeah. How long have you done that for?
So I keep trying. Anyways, everyone knows that meditation.
Yeah.
I'm a novice, to be honest. To understand meditation completely needs years of practice and great teachers to guide you to attain that stillness and the complete the purposefulness of meditation. But I keep trying different things. I experiment a lot with my body, with my mind, with my emotions. I test them. I push them to a few limits to see how I'm feeling. So just a short while back, we spoke about the power of being in the green, being in forest, trees, and its impact. And the way we are going against it, we can see what is happening. So I don't have to lecture on that. It's there. So water, again, all these things, it's not that I know them.
Yeah.
They are already there in our scriptures, in our holy books, in scientists. Everyone knows. It's not that I have just awakened and this is something. No. I'm just one student who tried these things and has benefited. So yes, so for example, fasting is a phenomena since Earth or human beings or species were. So fasting is very powerful. It helps you balance your emotion, your blood sugar level, the scientific thing, physiological thing, and I think it affects your psyche as well because hormonally, or I'm not a scientist, but I just I'm a lay person in terms, but I'm just sharing with you my experience when I tried these things. So water fasting is very powerful. I just did water fasting for 3 days.
How did you do that?
2 or 3 weeks back.
Right.
And normal, like I was in a forest in Austria with my bottle, and I was walking, I think about 4 hours a day. in total. And I was resting in the in the forest during the afternoon and come back to sleep. So water fasting is very powerful. Okay, blindfolding yourself for days.
What? But okay, like. How? No, I need to wrap my head around this because
how you do that? You can just take a piece of cloth, your T-shirt or
I know how you do
your
it,
sweatshirt.
But what benefit is it giving you for doing that?
So I would say instead of asking this question, hoping for me to answer for you, you should try. We have the most powerful thing as human beings is we have the free will to say, to speak, and is it really that free? Is it really that easy to just say anything you want and do anything you want or think anything you want? It has consequences.
Yeah.
I feel when we become quiet, okay, and with a purpose. So I will explain to you what I do. I say a short prayer when I blindfold myself in a forest or in a place where there's no noise, where there's trees. I make myself aware what I want. Sometimes I want to listen more, so I go in that path. Sometimes I just don't want to listen. Sometimes I just want maybe a message from the universe. I feel the amount of stuff that we are listening, seeing, thinking, hearing, speaking, I don't think so. Human beings were made to consume so much. I think I'm still working on it. Maybe in a couple of years with more experiments, I will be able to speak more profoundly on this with more clarity and more maybe experience or research based. But I feel there has to be something why there's so much hate, anger, diseases, problems in our bodies. One of the reasons is that we're consuming more, we're listening more than this ear was built to listen. We're seeing, we're using our eyes much more than they were used, and we are away from the nature again. So everything boils down to be away from the nature.
Yeah.
Try these things. It benefits me. When I shut my eyes, it makes me look more. Okay? It makes me, see more. And especially when you do that in the forest, I think the connect that I was able to, the first time when I did, I did not question it. There's a friend of mine who said, why don't you do this?
Yeah.
And it's okay. I'm always up. I don't judge things. I said, okay, I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
And it was powerful. I was in the forest. I've been born in a forest.
Yeah.
I've spent half my life in the forest. I know birds. I know the weather. And I was like, shit, this is the first time in the forest. There are these sounds. And my breathing pattern changed. The way I was breathing when my eyes were, and my thinking changed. And then you make notes. Then it goes like sometimes you think a lot, sometimes you don't think. It's an experiment. But I just feel that as human beings, we should take break from talking, from seeing and thinking. And so thinking, meditation helps you. So when you take these breaks and then observe what is happening with you, and then it's a personal, there's no judgment. Then it's your personal journey.
Yeah.
And then what you do with it.
Yeah. Amit, this interview has completely gone in a completely different direction of what I wanted, but it was really lovely. So lovely speaking to you about this because it's very different. It became a very different interview, and I'm very thankful for you to be here in the studio. Thank you so much for coming in. We're so short of time. I knew this 1 hour wouldn't be enough, and I said that to you the minute you sat into the studio. But thank you so much for coming in. It was really nice to reconnect with you.
It's like, I'll just add to it. Thank you so much for talking to me. And for the love that you've always showered me with, even when my movies were working or not working.
Always.
But I just feel that, it's good, it's important that in these times, we can talk about things which are more than us, which is not about just me, my movie or what I have accomplished. Because with that, there's not much we can do. But through dialogue, through conviction, through new understanding, I think that's the way forward.
Thank you so much, Amit. Really, really lovely having you here, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
There will be a part 2 soon.
Yes, there will be.
Download the app from the App and Play Store.